The morning started off like any other day. Nothing felt different, no sense that anything was waiting for me, no sign that this day would be anything more than ordinary. Just quiet, still, predictable. I remember sitting in the car for a moment longer than usual. The engine was already running. The radio hummed in the background. And for some reason, I didn't pull out of the driveway right away. I just sat there, looking ahead, like I was waiting for something. Or maybe, like something was waiting for me. Eventually I left. I pulled out onto the road I always take. Same turns, same traffic patterns. Everything felt familiar. The sunlight came through the windshield with bright warmth. Loud gusts of wind brushed against my car as I traveled along. Eventually I saw it. 2 roads ahead. One to the left, one to the right. The left road, I knew that one. I had taken it before. It curved gently through familiar neighborhoods and led back toward everything I recognized. The right road, I vaguely knew from somewhere. It wasn't overgrown. It wasn't damaged. There was nothing obviously wrong with it. And yet, something about it felt off. I slowed the car just slightly. The tires hummed against the pavement. The engine softened. I looked left, then right, then left again. I had already taken the familiar road before, more than once, but this time I turned right, onto the other road. At first, nothing changed. The road stretched forward. The sky stayed clear. The trees lined both sides evenly. But the further I drove, the quieter everything became. The radio faded into the background. The road felt longer than it should have been, and time felt like it was shifting. At some point I realized something strange. I couldn't remember the last few minutes of driving. I was still moving. The car was still going forward. But my memory of how I got there felt thin, like it had slipped through my hands. I blinked, looked ahead, then glanced in the rearview mirror. That's when I saw it. A car. Far behind me, small, distant, barely noticeable. I looked forward again, and something felt wrong. I turned the headlights on without thinking. The light cut forward, sharp and focused. I reached over and turned the radio down. The silence was immediate. I looked in the mirror again. The car was closer now. Still no other cars. No houses, no signs. Just that one vehicle, following. I checked the gas gauge. Low. Lower than I remembered. I kept driving. The sky dimmed slowly, but faster than it should have. The sun slipped behind me. The darkness began to settle. I drove and drove and drove until eventually I couldn't ignore it anymore. I slowed the car and pulled to the side of the road. The engine idled for a moment. Then I turned it off. Silence. I opened the door and stepped out. The air felt different, heavier, colder. I looked behind me, and there it was, the car. Closer now, but still not quite there. For some reason, without thinking, I started moving toward it, step by step. The distance closed slowly, and then something shifted. I was no longer walking. I was back, in my car, driving. And the car ahead of me was the one I had just been walking toward. I was following it now. My hands were on the wheel. The car ahead slowed slightly, then suddenly sped off into the dark, swerving out of sight, leaving me alone. Or so I thought. I looked in the rearview mirror, and a voice from inside my car spoke, soft, close, right behind me. I couldn't understand what it said, but I felt it. I turned. There was no one there. I stepped out of the car again. Ahead of me, I saw it. A single lamp, faint, and a bridge, old wood stretching forward into darkness. Something about it felt familiar, and then it hit me. This morning before I left, my phone, still sitting on the counter, the garage door, still open, like I had left without fully leaving, like something had already begun before I even got in the car. I stepped onto the bridge. Each plank creaked beneath my weight. I looked down. Far below, dark water moved slowly, too dark to see clearly, and as I kept walking, I realized something else. The bridge didn't just end. It continued into something ahead. A tunnel, barely visible, waiting. I took another step, then another, and then a crack. The wood beneath me split, sharp, sudden. The planks gave way, and I fell down into the darkness below. The air rushed past me, then water, cold, violent, pulling me under. I sank. The surface disappeared above me. Everything went quiet. This wasn't a dream. I had never woken up.